most of the time people are not going to be triggered to do something unless there's something very fine-tuned that was done to trigger them.
A restaurant fight caught on camera. Watch as the manager behind the bar in Greenfield tosses a woman's drink in her face.
She's waving her hand at him, and then water is thrown. I'm very sure she wasn't saying very nice things at him. So that's the other thing. Irregardless of what happened with the food, if no one's disrespecting you initially, choose your words wisely. I'm not saying you have to worship or be walk on your tippy toes around anyone, but by the looks of the video, it doesn't look like she was saying anything nice.
Luckett says she's still recovering physically and emotionally from the August incident. That day, she said
I mean, naturally, someone throws word at you, you want to do something back. So I'm not shocked by her response. I'm more interested in the trigger. What caused everything, and what details do we actually have before we can actually make a judgment?
Tried to send back her food because it was cold. I was like, I don't.
So she's tried to send back her food because she said it was cold. Now, when I first found out about this, I pulled some of the articles online, and it said that in that area they had been having trouble with people basically ordering food, saying there's something wrong with it, and then getting free food. So I'm very sure this is underlying a lot of the tension here. But judging by the video, there's some other things that's taking place that I don't think we'll ever know.
I mean, at all at this point. And he came back and he threw that drink in my face.
Luckett says it was an alcoholic drink with lemon.
So now, if you paid attention to that, she's waving her hand, she's yelling something at him.
Drink in my face.
Luckett says it was an alcoholic drink with lemon.
Something caused chemical burns into my eyes.
Police released body camera footage from their response. Shows Luckett in an ambulance, visibly upset.
Also, everyone thinks they're tough until something actually happens to them. So don't openly try to always get yourself in a confrontation. Physical confrontation is always the last resort. I mean, pretty much any great martial artist that I've ever studied or read said that their first response is not to fight. It's usually to de-escalate or avoid the fight. It's usually the last resort. But people have been brought up on hip hop and rock and roll and everything else, and they think that, well, you know what I should do is just get up in somebody's face and talk crap to show how tough I am. And they usually find out the hard way how not tough they are.
Speak to the manager, Jason DeYoung, who hasn't been criminally charged and had a different account of what happened.
I threw a glass of water at her. She just reacted and threw back something back to me. I shouldn't have. But I mean, I'm briefly frustrated.
A few days later.
So it looks like he admitted that he shouldn't have done that. That's good. Let's keep going. And they got the police involved to review the video. Okay.
She keeps yelling and yelling and yelling. I just ran through that water.
The manager then tells the officer Luckett used a racial slur against Asians.
I'm interested to see if the video will actually portray or show some of that, but that's very telling. The reason why he would get frustrated enough to do that. It may be that she's right, that the food was cold, but did that require a racial slur? I'll say this, if it was flipped and the Asian guy was being served and he said, my food is cold, and then he started doing the same mannerisms, and then he called her an explicitive, we would be judging this probably a little bit differently. So let's see if we can confirm whether or not that happened or not.
Racial remarks, saying that,
But there's no audio on the surveillance video to confirm either story. The manager claims.
Okay, so herein lies the problem with this. We can't make a real critical assessment. There's no audio during this interaction, it's just video. He claims there was a racial slur, and she's making out like she was just innocent. She just said the food was cold. Clearly, if you look at the video footage, that is not the case. I'm very sure she didn't say, I'm here to talk to you about Jesus Christ, and I just want you to, I'm very sure she didn't say anything like that. I'm very sure she was saying something derogatory. Now, I don't know if she was waiting for a long time. Even still, would you say that it's okay after waiting for a long time to start yelling at someone? I mean, you can put your thoughts on that in the comments. Let's finish the video.
You were using racial slurs. Is that true?
No, that's not true at all.
Hillary, the restaurant is
I mean, you can't really, we don't know, because obviously, why would you admit to that on, live television that you said a racial slur? And what if she doesn't even know that the slur that she said was a Asian racial slur? It could be that the guy's actually lying. We don't know. But
It's now under new management, and the man who was let go also received a citation.
He did, Patrick, for disorderly conduct, and we did speak with him by phone. He wasn't willing to go on camera for an interview, but defended himself and stood by his statements to police.
Children is reporting live in Greenfield tonight.
my main thoughts behind it is most of the time, people are not going to be triggered to do something unless there's something very fine-tuned that was done to trigger them into something. This is why him making the statement like she said a racial slur, it could be true, but we don't know. The woman says that the guy just threw water at her because maybe he was frustrated and he was ignoring her, and then he threw water. But from the video footage, that's not what it looked like. All we know is that she was obviously saying something that was derogatory. It didn't look pleasant based off the body language. And the guy got frustrated and threw water at her. You can only make your judgments based off the information given. So in this case, I would not pick any side because I do not have enough information. Just my thoughts on it. At the end of the day, these are just the ramblings of a madman.